Welcome to the SportsCon here on YouTube. I'm your host Daniel with your top sports stories. The Heat have gone cold while the role players for San Antonio have caught fire. The Spurs managed to extinguish LeBron James and the Heat, outscoring them 63-33 in the second half of Game 3. San Antonio went on to win by a final of 113-77. The Spurs' top scorers weren't even Parker, Duncan, or Ginobili, who just managed 25 points between them. It was Danny Green with 27 points and Gary Neal with 24. Neal and Green managed to sink 13 of San Antonio's 16 three-pointers. Not only were Neal and Green's 51 points more than San Antonio's big three, but also Miami's big three, who had a combined 43 points in the loss. And I thought Miami went on a tear in Game 2 of the series. The scoring that the Spurs role players like Green and Neal and even Kawhi Leonard, who had 14 points and 12 boards, just blew the Heat right off the court. It seemed like every three-pointer Green or Neal shot, it was going in. Mix in the crowd that didn't let up as the second half progressed, Miami didn't stand a chance. It was the Spurs last night playing with urgency, and it might be the Heat playing with urgency tomorrow night. They'll need some of that if they hope to win one game in San Antonio. However, this series seems like it might be more about the players outside of either big three. And if that's the case, the Spurs are going to win this thing. Miami's only hope is with LeBron James and whether or not he can get himself going, as well as his teammates. But himself, maybe more than anything else. In soccer, the U.S. managed to beat Panama 2-0 in a World Cup qualifier last night in Seattle. Josie Altidore scored in the 36th minute off a beautiful cross from teammate Fabian Johnson. And then in the 58th minute, Eddie Johnson tacked on the second goal for the United States to help ensure the win. The U.S. is now atop the CONCACAF World Cup qualifying table with 10 points, 2 ahead of Costa Rica and Mexico, who played each other last night to a 0-0 draw. Remember, the top 3 teams at the end of this round automatically go on to the World Cup, while 4th place has to go through a playoff to get in. Next World Cup qualifier for the U.S. is on the 18th against Honduras in Salt Lake City. Well, just outside of Salt Lake City. Moving on to baseball, top scores and stories include a big brawl in the middle of the D-backs-Dodgers game last night. The benches cleared twice last night, with the second and more violent one occurring after Dodgers pitcher Zach Greinke was hit in the left shoulder by a pitch from Ian Kennedy. Benches were cleared, a brawl ensued, and 6 were ejected as a result. Greinke was one of several batsmen that were plunked on either side, including Dodgers outfielder Yusei Puig, who got hit in the face by a pitch. He would stay in the game only to be injected in that brawl in the 7th. Oh, and I think the Dodgers won. I don't care. I really like the fighting. But you'd think that a San Diego pitcher would have been the one to plunk Greinke. Hey, there's still time in the season. Meanwhile, starter Garrett Cole of the Pirates made his major league debut and got his first career win in the Pirates' 8-2 victory over the Giants. Cole went 6 1/3, allowing 2 runs on 7 hits. The Blue Jays managed to beat the White Sox in 10 innings, 7-5. Jose Bautista managed to tie the game at 5-5 in the top of the 9th with a solo home run. Rays managed to win at home over the Red Sox 8-3. Tampa Bay managed to score 7 runs off of John Lester, who only lasted 4 2/3 innings. And the A's beat the Yankees at the Coliseum 6-4. At least something went right yesterday, along with that brawl. Fight! Sorry, I can't get caught up in that again. A 3-run homer by Derek Norris in the 3rd inning helped propel Oakland to a victory. For more, follow me on Twitter at TheSportsConSF. You can also follow me at TheSportsCon.blogspot.com. I'm Daniel, wanting more prize fights between NL West rivals, and goodbye. Fight!